We're live from Chicagoland. Speedway drivers are in their qualifying right now. Currently, it is Gabriel Ellison. He is sitting on top with a 30.8 for his lap. It is, I think, how many laps it is here? No, it's a little bit less than before. I'm going to pull the schedule here. So, 100 laps, 150 miles here, but of course, this track doesn't go as fast as Bristol, but they're not going to be running much slower, so hopefully it'll go by quickly here for you guys. Just checking some Discord stuff here and want to make sure that is correct. But it looks like I want to see you sitting up top here. So yeah, Gabriel. Doug, he set down a 30.83, so he's a little bit behind him. I want to see Doug. He'll probably be able to top. I think he'll probably be able to back up his win early. I don't think he'll really struggle with that at all. But I'll pull up some race info here. So a little bit over a mile and a half is Chicagoland Speedway. Really, it's more tire saving than anything. You don't want to be burning up too much. And having more fuel can help you stretch your tires, but you don't want to stay out there too long because the tire difference, if you kind of it's kind of like playing with fire at that point. How long do you want to stay out? Because if you stay out too long, people will be able to get right by you on those new tires. So it's kind of be like, who wants to go down pit road? Who doesn't want to go down pit road? It's kind of really a strategy game with these guys here. Michael Groen, he is on track doing his qualifying currently. Looks like he just got done. He goes fourth on the board. These are all Rosa Jim's coffee trucks that are sitting 1, 2, and 3 right now. John Peel, he is 13th. Anthony, he's not on the board, but he is race control. They have to join as a driver for that. Pull up these starting grid here. Didn't have water last broadcast. I thought it's going to be dead tomorrow. See Gabriel Ellison first, Brian Knowles second, Doug Newbigging third, Michael Garone fourth, Clinton Sneed fifth, Matthew Ayla sixth, Joseph Okapin seventh, Stu Leslie eighth, Greg Holes ninth. That is a new driver I've not saw here. Doug D. Nice is 10th, Zachary Hockemeyer third, 12th, James Nelson 13th, John Peely 14th will be Jimmy Emos. Hopefully I'm saying his last name right. We do have different camera angles for this races. Evidently, the pack didn't have them for the Bristol Dirt, so sadly about that, we can't really do much about that. But we will have different ones in this race. Like I said, 100 laps. So this probably go by honestly pretty fast. I'm not even sure how they're going to be running their qualifying, but I know that the draft will come into a factor here. Just really, what I think it will really do is, with this. They are running the low horsepower, high downforce package. Now, if you get out of line, you got to get back in line pretty quick because if you don't, they're going to run a freight train on you if you are not careful at all. Yep, just making sure this stuff is running pretty cold. I'm just making sure that my water cooling is deciding not to cook itself, and it's evidently not 65 degrees for my CPU on a 30% load. As this water cooling kit is absolutely insane. It costed me, I think, a little bit over $600 for that. So, evidently dropped a lot of money on it. So it better be good, or else I'll be incredibly mad for sure. Be furious. It was terrible. I don't know how I'd react to that. I'd be like, well, I'm gonna throw it out the window. Honestly, probably just return it, but just stay with it because I messed it up. Okay. Said in the stream earlier, I used the wrong thermal pads in a certain area, and it wasn't making contact, so I was basically saying, oh, yeah, we're just going to heat up and thermal throttle. I had to wait for that. Luckily, Daddy Bezos had my back and was saying, yep, I can get you thermal pads here. We may be off in the Ghost League. As we are not, so that's All-Star. Oh, that's going to be fun tomorrow. Demolition Derby. Oh, gosh. What's wrecking each other? Huff goes to side dude. He's like, if you want to take each other out, you can take each other out. Alright. I don't know why I ate popcorn again. Just got stuck in my mouth again. I made that dumb decision. Sounds like something I would do. Might as well. Not the smartest person sometimes, but whatever. Let's roll with it. Who cares? But Gabriel Ellison, he will leave the green here. Brian Knoll will be second, seventh. Third will be Doug Newbigging. Fourth, Michael Garone on the outside. He will go to the start finish flag here. He has the green flag in hand. You gotta wait forever to get here at this track. So that guy could restart zone. Once they enter that, they can go. Pace car peels off. Green flag is in hand. And we are underway at Chicagoland. Everybody gets a pretty good jump. Pretty much everybody stays even at that point. Thought somebody would get a better jump on each other, but they really don't. I'm surprised by that. There are 27s getting shoved from the 7. I don't know if you want to get out front here too fast. No, you could do it. The 7 looks like he will pass the 70, so he's already gaining position off the start. These guys will now fall in line with each other. So 31 looks like he kind of missed that corner. He gets right up against the wall. It's not really where he want to be running. He actually already has damage. But he got into somebody. That's not good for the 31 at all. He's gotten into the wall, surprisingly. So he's got damage only 2 laps into this race. That's going to hurt him badly here. This guy's pretty much up here and be like, yep, we're just going to run a train and get away from y'all. See Clint Sneedy just like, let me get to the 29's bumper. He's got to be hoping that these guys behind him will decide to shove. It's still really has here, sadly for him. 20 looks like he washed up in the middle of that corner, goes up in front of the 83. That should not slow these guys down all too much for them. Luckily, fastest lap of the race was just set by Michael Roan, a 30.79. That is a 10th faster than anybody has ran on the track currently. He's definitely going to stand on the bumper of the 70 as long as he can. Give that 70 to 70 a arrow shove up to the 7 of Douglas Newbigging at the same time. That will help this guy start the bumper. This guy went along this code there. Looks like the 29 is going to try to make a move in the 70 now. He's got to really fight for this position if he wants it, because if he doesn't, I said these Russell James coffee trucks will probably hang this guy out and not work with him, but he's going to get that pass done. Let's see what the 7 does. 7, he will come up. Nope, yep, he goes to help his teammate just like I thought he would. He's going to let that 70 get the draft. The 29 has a run on the outside. He'll be able to get that position and get away with it there for him, luckily. Need to lower this just a little bit more here. Make sure that should be, yep, that's where I want it limited. At 29, he wants another position. He's going to try to take the spot in the 7. Looks like he got a little bit tight in the corner. It's going to get him not a terrible run off, but one thing that's have to be worried about is you don't want to be burning up your tires too early in the race. I've saw drivers do that before, and that really hurts a lot of them. Got to be careful with doing that. He got a good bite off that corner. You can see him get right up to the bumper of the 7. Newbigging, he's like, yep, just give me the arrow shove, get him up to that 27, a little bit closer. He won't be on the bumper of him exactly where he needs to be, but he will definitely be a lot closer than he was before. To him as in the back of the pack. These guys pretty much running a single file. Clint Sneed has Joseph Oakman behind them as these guys are running about 30 to 31 second laps currently here. It's like when he was looking on the 49 there for half a second, he's like, I'm not going to take that spot on you just yet, man. 19, I don't believe I saw him race before. Jimmy, he is far off the pace. He is 17 seconds behind. Running 3 to 4 seconds slower than the rest of this pack here. That 7 got off the bottom. That's going to open the door for the 29 with 29 taking. He's not going to try to side draft. Now, if he's going to take it now, he has to make the move. He decides to tuck back in very smartly in front of the 7. Nobody went with me. Got somebody through the grass. It's Matthew Ayla and John Peel. I heard them go through the grass and see what happened with this guy's side draft. Ooh, what in the world was that? It's like a side draft. Don't think they made contact. See if the 77 saw it. It's like the 77 jerks his wheel out of nowhere. We'll have to see what happens here. Actually go back. Did not mean to do that. We'll have to go from a chase. Oh, it looks like actually the net codes each other. Let's see if that is correct, though. Let me make it any. Looks like there was, yep, net codes, and that makes the 77 jerk up into the 31. That's what I thought. But the 29, as that's been happening, looking at the replay, he's gone to the outside of the 7 now. His teammate, the 27, will actually not work with him. That's 29's in a really weird position. This is kind of a lane that you want to be in, don't want to be in. You don't want to be burning for tires too much. He's got to make quick work of Douglas Newbigging. It looks like he will get him. Now he's done with Doug. He's going to go try to get this 27 of Gabriel Ellison now. He's all his positions for a take, and he's like, you know, I might want to take these now, and I don't blame him for that. He's like, oh, they're there. They're for the take. I might go take them then. Basically, everybody right now is just running single file the whole field. And I see the 77 and 31. 31, I think he got in the wall earlier, too. Yeah, he did. Get in the wall earlier. So he's not had the night that he's wanted for sure. He's been beating Bane up the whole night so far. And that'll get a driver heated every now and then. The driver's like, I'm tired of getting hit. I'm just going to start wrecking people. Do that, though. Never want to see a driver get to that point in the race. Just get so fed up, they're like, I'm just going to start wrecking you. The 20 looks like this second group has caught up to this first group. Decided, yeah, we can't really get anywhere if we race each other, so we're just going to give each other arrow shoves. As I see that Stu Leslie slides right behind. Just open. That's very close. His bumper. I wasn't sure he was going to make it there. 40 of Doug Denise. He has fell out of the draft with these guys. He's 8 to 7 tenths behind these guys currently. The 20's trying to make a pass on Clinton Sneed. Let's see if he can get to the outside. He's to the outside of him, but he's not going to be able to make the pass. Actually, he might be able to make the pass off the corner here. Looks like he will get it. The 83 will probably go with the 20 to give him a shove by. Really just an arrow thing more than anything here. Or the driver of the 20. Clinton's not really letting him have that position. He's going to fight him for it. We got Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy, he's up against the wall, out of the way of these guys. He's like, I'm just gonna get out of the way. Seven's kind of just stalking this 29 right now. He's kind of like, you know, I'm right here. What are you gonna do? My limiter is not on the right. Oh, it's just cracked there. One limiter's evidently moved itself down there. Actually, no, there goes the 7 back on the 29, so 29 might have burned off his tires here a little bit early. This is also going to hurt the 7. 7's going to have to be turning that wheel, trying to get that truck to rotate on the bottom. He did say in the post-race interview, last race, he was pretty good at saving tires. See, that became a factor for him for sure here late in the race. 29's going to get high on the groove, but that's going to give him a pretty good run off the 7. He's clear of, no, he's not clear. He's clear of him barely, though. He's going to slide up in front of the 29. Michael Groening's not going to come up completely because he doesn't want to get punted. And that's probably a wise move by him. So drivers want to get in the corner a little bit deeper. You know how some people drive sometimes. So he gives him adequate room to do anything that he wants to do. That's too crazy over there. I think my mouse, there it is. He's just not really falling back too much. He's kind of swap positions with the 20. I believe the 70 was not behind them though, but Stu, he's making his way up through it now. Biggest mover is actually Stu Leslie. He was up 3 positions from his starting position in 8th place here. So he's had a pretty good night so far. Can't be too mad with his results currently. At home I can. Drivers will be mad with results anyway. Who cares? Zachary Hockenmeyer, he has changed his paint scheme. I actually drivers and their paint refresh here because I didn't really think about that at all. Why is that limiting that at 16? Negative 14. Whatever. These guys are definitely going at it up here. They're not really letting each other go at all. This came as a group. Now Stu, he's been kind of just right there. He's not running terrible. He's actually running a faster lap time than these guys up here. I think it's really just a draft that he's catching from the 70. He's been running higher on the track. They see about that 3rd groove. Running between the seams, not really touching the seams. If you can get on the seams, that'll get your truck really loose. He's getting good runs. Decided not to really duck out. He's really staying tucked behind the guy in front of him. Giving him an arrow shove, getting him up there. He just wants to keep the draft for as long as he can, it seems. I'm not exactly sure how these pit stops will go for these guys. I'm not sure they will have to do them. Yeah, trying to find that. Yeah. Do not eat popcorn. Do not get stuck in your mouth. As a 29, looks like he's trying to go back on the 7, but he saw Stu. He got past Brian Knoll, so I think Stu's playing this a little bit smarter at 29. Just going to be like, I'm just going to kind of shove you now. I just don't want to pass you. He almost gets in the wall thinking he didn't expect that 7 to duck out. He's like, oh, I'm going to hit you if I'm not careful. As this has been going on, Ellison has slowly pulled away to about 7/10 second lead currently. 29 and the 7 going side by side will help that 27 pull ahead. It's going to be close. Yep, there he goes into the wall, the 29 of Michael Garone. I knew he was going to hit it there. It looks like he probably hit it pretty well. It's going to hurt him a lot. No, it actually doesn't. There's no damage on his truck, surprisingly. It looks like actually probably lying. I just don't see it yet on a rear chase. He's got some damage. I can see his hood popped up a little bit. Front end also got a little bit of damage from that contact. I'm not surprised that there's damage from that, so it's going to probably slow him down from lead Doug. Kind of a weird position, too. Gabriel he's trying to get back under that 20 of Joey Okapin. He wants that position back besides the tuck. Back in the 70 to 83 in front of them, kind of just swapping positions. I was kind of like, let's just blame him early in the race, though. 20 laps in, drivers are still running about, actually, they slowed down about 2 seconds now, running about 32s. All across the board, Jimmy, he looks like he's kind of figured out how to run this track. He's picked up his pace also. He is, of course, 1 lap down, but he's 27 of Gabriel Ellison right now. He's just going to set the pace currently. Now, Doug, he has been running, like, barely faster than him. I think that much of a difference will matter here. Or they have to come for pit stops. I actually go on board with everybody in the field as I did that in another league, and people actually did enjoy that, so we'll do that here now. as we were on board with some drivers, pit stops have started. We got the 88-19. I know the 77 came and we got lap 28, 31, 33. Saw some driver toe. That was Matthew Ale. I'm not sure why. Oh, he's got a beat up truck. That's probably why. Drivers are doing pit stops. They went about 30-ish laps on a tank, a little bit more than 30 most of the time here for them. So that will actually put Gabriel Ellison. He's going to go. Here he comes down pit road. So he will give up the lead. That will put Michael Garone. He will go to the lead here probably quickly. And he'll come back down pit road. As I said, we've got somebody else following him. At 20 of Joseph Okapen. Michael Garone and Clint Sneed are the 2 trucks on track. 4, actually, 1, 2, 5 people need to pit. That is Michael, Clinton, Doug, Denice, James Nelson, and John Peely. All need to come down pit road here very soon. If they don't, going to risk staying out there a little bit too long on those tires. Can hurt them here, definitely. But they probably do know that. These guys are just getting 4 tires and full of fuel for sure. Some drivers got into the wall, but while we were on board, we saw some kind of running the wall, running low, running middle of the track, and it's kind of wherever you feel comfortable running up this track is where you got to decide to put that truck, and once you commit, you have to kind of stay with it. There is no moving off that lane. Got 4. Garone, Sneed, Doug, and James all need to come down. Looks like 40 will probably be coming this time the way that he's probably coming this time the way he's slowing down. Nope, he's going to keep on going. But Clint Sneed, he did come down pit road. The 75 of James Nelson, he will follow him. So we got 3 drivers that still need to come down: John, Doug, Denice, and Michael Garone. Now, one thing that the 29 could be doing is just stretching the fuel as long as they can, getting those extra 2 to 3 laps on the tires possibly. That could definitely play factor. It may only be 2 to 3 laps, maybe it could be 5 laps if he plans it right, but those tires will mean a lot as I'm talking about him. He comes down pit road here. Get slowed down. So Doug, Denice, and John Peely are the last 2 trucks that come down pit road. Now here's the time difference. So Doug Newbigging, who pitted, he was running a 30.9. That's on pretty cold-ish tires. These guys that haven't pitted are running like a 32-second lap, so actually about mid-32, so you can see it's almost a 2-second difference with these guys on their tires here. Caution for that as I say that. And so Doug Denice and Michael Garone, they are both down pit road. So that is every driver that should cycle Douglas Newbigging back to the lead here. Actually, no, he hopped somebody. What? It's like the 35 came down 2 laps later. So Doug, he actually gets the lead now. The 27, he did give up the lead, but he also has 2 lap fresher tires. And then Doug, as he goes by, that 70 truck easily just blows by me. He's like, yep, I'll take that position. Thank you very much for that. Quick and easy work of him. Kind of how you're going to have to do it here with some of these drivers. It's like, get by him really quickly and be like, oh, I'm done with this. Bye-bye. But while these guys have done all their pit stops, I will roll commercials here. We're back here at lap 45 of 100. Doug Newbigging, he is out front, but that 27's coming. He actually ran about almost 2 tenths faster that lap, and that's just the 2 lap better tires are starting to show now. Douglas Newbigging, he could be saving tires here also. A likely possibility, as I didn't take that into factor there, but he could be doing that for sure. As hopefully this stream is actually going, yes it is. Just decided not to refresh there. But biggest mover is James Nelson. He is up 4 positions. I believe Matthew Ayla, he's out of the race. He's been in pit lane for almost 11 minutes now, so he's probably called it a night early on here. Not good for him at all in the points. But Doug, I know he's thinking, oh, maybe I can repeat here. As you see that 27. That 27 is definitely going to be coming. I'm not so sure that Doug's going to be in the lead, or Douglas is going to be in the lead for much longer. Once that Ford gets his hands on him, I think that's going to make it very, very difficult for him. I don't think that, or that, not the Ford, the 27 gets his hands on him, is going to make it difficult for the 7 to hold on to the lead for sure. Just don't think it'll be good. Really don't. Do some different camera views here. Actually, we'll focus on the 27 and the 7. The battle that they're going to have for him within probably next lap or two, because that 7 or that 27 now has a draft from the 7's bumper, so he'll be able to get right up to him pretty easily. Now, what is he going to do when he gets up to him? He probably will race him relatively clean. I don't think these two will really be throwing any dirt at each other, hopefully. 27 got a good run off that corner. He's going to go past the 7 up easily. 7, yeah, he could have been doing this to just draft off that 27 also, because we'll have to see. He is falling back though. Still within the draft of that 27 in front of him. You really start losing the draft when you're about 6 tenths behind the driver in front of you. Ask me how I know that, because I've broadcasted so many super speedway races. It's not even funny, as I am running out of space on all my video accounts. Somewhere else. But Doug, he's about to lose. He got on the apron a little bit. You saw him. Yeah, it looks like he did get the apron, clipped it. Sent him up the track just slightly. That's one thing that drivers have to worry about. You don't want to be hitting that apron too much, if any at all. Because if you do that, really upsets that car. Like that. So Jimmy, he is sitting there laughing. He is 5. Oh wow, he's 5 laps. I didn't know that. Kind of run. Brian, he's not been running too far off the pace thing early in the race. He's trying to figure out the track for sure. Kind of like right now, but that 7, he's kind of holding on. He's got that 77 of jump hill behind him. That is a teammate, so he could be helping him get up there, possibly giving him a little bit of shove. I don't know how's it gonna work though. It's gonna be difficult one for sure. Looks like he's got some damage too. That's heavy right side damage for him, as you've seen drivers definitely get a lot of damage, surprisingly, from most of this race. We're getting into the wall. They're trying to run as close as they can to it, and you can't blame them for getting up there as close as they are. They're just trying to get as much side force on that truck as possible for them. As high on the track as it can, really. You know, I'm somebody who does like to ride the wall, but it's an incredibly fine line for sure. If you get up too high in it, you're going into the fences. I ran it at Darlington. You can talk about painting a line on that track. I don't know how I did that. Looked like Kyle Larson running that line. With that 7, he's got the 77 helping him, but he's losing time here. Now, they will probably have to come down, I'd say, on lap 69 to 71 is when you'll start seeing pit stops based off how these guys pitted last. Way to Gabriel Ellison there, not holding him up. Everybody's pretty much spaced out at this point. Nobody's really racing each other for position. One thing about this track, once everybody gets spaced out, it's kind of like, well, I really cannot catch you at all. Kind of in a weird position there. Huh. Oh, there it goes. I was able to get that out. I don't know how I did that. Found what was stuck in my teeth. Nice, I like it. He's only up one position. Base mover James Nelson. He's in 8th, but he started 12th. He's at 4 positions. The biggest loser is Matthew Ayler. He's still in the pit, so evidently he's called it a night. What in the world was that? That was some weird net code there. I'm not sure what happened. That was odd. I'm gonna go back and watch what happened with the 7 of Doug Newbigging here. That was weird. Oh, he got in the wall. I thought he a little bit too far back to see that. Yeah, he just got tight. That's a weird. He's like jerking the wheel. He's just trying to keep the truck under him. I swore he hit it one more time here, but he makes contact with the wall. It's going to probably lose him the draft of the 77. Slow him down. It doesn't look like the damage is too bad on his truck, though, luckily for him. He's definitely got some paint scraped off. I think that's going to hurt him now. Especially not having the draft of anybody. I think he was really relying on that 77 who's multiple laps down to kind of help get him, or not really get him up there, but help him not lose as much time as he was to be 27 of Gabriel Ellison there. This is now, there it goes. Thought somebody got stuck again, but it hadn't. He goes past Hockenmeyer. Because of course, one lap down. There's two people 1 lap down, one person 3 laps down, and one person 5 laps down. We have one person pretty much out of the race. That is Matthew Ayler. As you wouldn't be sitting in the pit stall for 8 to 18 minutes to get close to. Actually, we'll start at 18 minutes. But yeah, Doug, you can see the time that he's losing now. He's almost about to fall 3.5 seconds behind Ellison now. Hey, I'm surprised that 83 is up high as he is. He is really up on that wall. That 88 behind him. They might be trying to push each other, possibly. I'm not really sure. He's almost close to 3.5 seconds behind James Nelson, so I don't think he can get that position, but he should be able to shot. Can't blame him for trying, but I don't think it's just too late to get him now. We'll have to see. So we got somebody who went 39 laps. Doug DeNice. I'm gonna think here. So maybe Doug, he can pit. This might be his final pit stop here. That's what could happen here if when they do come down pit road. I think everybody will be able to make it on fuel when they do come back down here. No one will be coming. But 7's got somebody. No, he actually got passed by Michael Garone. I thought he had somebody behind or in front of him to finally dropped off of, but Michael, I think that damage now affecting that 7 of Douglas Newbigging. So I do remember correctly. He went in car with him early on. He was getting tied off of 1 and 2. Lifted that time. That time we were in car with him, but the second time he did it, he was just like, nah, I'm just going to kind of plow the wall down with me. He's trying to keep his foot in it, doesn't want to lose that much speed. Everybody at this point is just spaced out. It's kind of like it. Well, yeah, I'm just waiting for a caution. This looks like old NASCAR when people. There was no stage breaks, as I do remember that. There were no stage breaks. It was kind of like, yeah, we're just gonna race until somebody wrecks or if there's a debris caution. Will say that has definitely made NASCAR more interesting. Though there is going to be a caution for sure. Most of the races, but yeah, this looks like that 27's got pretty much got this race on lock right now. But James Nelson, he is coming down pit road. He is at the very edge of his window. He will be able to make it on fuel here. So maybe short pit strategy here possibly from him. Ooh. They got 70 coming down pit road also. So these drivers are going to play their hand. I don't think this the amount of time they're behind, I don't think they can make that up, really. It's just too much for him to make up, sadly, for these guys. It's worth a shot. Douglas Newbigging, he's coming in. He was, I think, about 6 seconds behind. So he could be trying to short pit, but he does have that damage on his truck here. Let's see. Where does Doug DeNice pit? He has a clean truck, surprisingly. He pitted on lap 39. He can go longer on fuel. How long does he stay out here? I think he's probably stay out till lap 75-ish, I'd say. Now, if he does that, I don't know how his tire's going to play out for him. We got Steve coming down pit road. Greg Holes, he comes down pit road as he has. Actually, I'm about to say he has the same middle name as me. I have a different middle name than his first name. Luckily, I have the same last name as my father. Not very creative. My father has a. Actually, one of the most uncreative things. I'll go ahead and put this out there. My grandfather's name was the exact same as my great-grandpa's. All he did was change the middle name to Walter. No, he changed my grandpa's name to Wayne. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But evidently my family's not very creative with names. We have a last name that is said wrong all the time. Kobler. People put an extra B somewhere. I don't know where they get the extra B. So they say Cobbler. Doesn't even phase me anymore. But the 29 has gone in. So has the 20 of Joseph Oakman. He's staying in pit road. So how long does Gabriel stay out? How long does Doug DeNice stay out? Also, we'll have to see. I don't know how he's going to stay out there. He can push it. How long do you want to push it, though? So this is not good. Not crap. Oh, that's this one here. Okay. Just making sure that my class stuff is here. But Gabriel Ellison, he finally does come down pit road. Clinton Sneed, he will now get Doug DeNice. That will put him in second. Michael Groen, he pitted on lap 70. He will now come out in, looks like, fourth position whenever Gabriel gets out. But Gabriel did have a lead over these guys, so I have to see how much of a lead he has on him when he gets out. A little bit later than them. Actually waited probably about 5 laps later. Auto suspension was broken there for a second. But Clint Sneed, he comes down pit road to see how long Doug DeNice will stay out. Now, Doug, he actually does want to see these guys, kind of get in front of him. That's because that's a drafting partner for him. But I just think the time is just way too much for him currently. Be different. He'll be coming down pit road this time. Yep, there he goes down pit road. Clinton, he's now pulling out, so we'll see. So Gabriel Ellison, he will cycle back to the lead here, but one thing that I do have a question about is how long is he going to hold the lead, that is. That's what I'm curious about. He could be able to hold it for a pretty long time, but I'm not really sure on that. Don't want to be saying anything too soon. While these guys have cycled out with pit stops here, I'm going to do another quick commercial break. as I just now realized that I had that repeating over on that, so all that talking that I was doing was not being picked up, as I am making so many mistakes just not having done this in a while. I don't know why I have iRace actually removed that there. So if y'all did hear repeating audio, that was not you, that was completely me. I don't know how I did that, but I did evidently. So I'm going to see how that did sound on y'all's end. I'm curious now. Luckily, it doesn't sound too weird, but that was still my fault. Just removed all that crap that I had on there. It sounded a little bit weird, I will say that, kind of hearing that echo. People were probably wondering what is going on with my audio, but that was me. Joseph, oh, thank God, I put the cap on this bottle. About knocked it over my keyboard again. But Doug, he's not made much ground on these guys. He's actually, I mean, he's running actually not even close to the fastest laps on the track. That is currently Michael Garone ran a 31. Actually, no, it's Gabriel Ellison ran a 31.82 before it refreshed. I thought that was Clinton Snead about ran a 31.5 that lap, but it decided to say no, you didn't do that just yet. That was weird. But I think Gabriel, it looks like Gabriel, I think he's kind of the guy to beat right now. I don't think anybody's going to be able to lay a finger to him currently the way that he's been running so far. Kind of like, yeah, I'm up here. What are you going to do? Nothing. Not a single thing to me because you can't catch me. Don't blame him for thinking that either. Either Clinton Snead, he got past Douglas Newbigging. I think that damage. Yeah, that damage that Doug got earlier, I think it's now showing its ugly head here as the race goes on. There's nothing that you really can do at this point, though. He's just got the damage. He's going to have to drive with it. I do kind of feel how he feels with that. Clinton, I actually pitted on lap 72. So he does have fresher tires than these guys up here, and 1 lap fresher tires than Gabriel. But Gabriel 10 seconds ahead, so he's not going to catch him. I don't think he'll catch Garone because Garone's been keeping pace. Somewhat pace with Ellison at the same time on his tires. That will be a very interesting race tomorrow in the Ghost League. They did this last year, but I didn't race because I didn't feel like it. It's Demolition Derby for the All-Star race. You are going to get to wreck each other, just for fun. I think first lap they're going to go, you can't wreck each other, then after that it's like, oh, might as well do it. I think it's 5, actually maybe 5 laps, I'm not sure. That'll be fun to see. You'll see a lot of drivers probably go head first into the fence. Yeah, they'll make some very vicious contact. That'll be fun to see. Oh, nope. You can see that gap's growing out. Yes, and he's not going to catch 29. Definitely giving it a shot, though. Valiant effort from him for sure. Have to give it to him for that. Cannot take that away from him. What is that saying? So it's a fan speed. Wait, what? Oh, I'm confused now. I don't even know what I'm looking at half the time. Yeah, but Gabriel, he can pretty much run half throttle at this point if he's like low on fuel. I don't think he is, though. I think at this point he's probably about... I don't know. That's gonna be weird. It looks like I'm surprised Clinton Sneed. No, actually, that sounds mean. Clinton, he's not a bad driver. He's just not. He's not up front most of the time. So it's definitely good to see him run up here. I think he does have another third or second place finish. But he's kind of got Douglas Newbigging right now. Not in a striking distance at all. I think this race is pretty much where these guys are running currently is where they're going to finish. Now I have saw stuff happened at the end of races where that kind of throws a wrench in everybody's plan. That is wow. Looking at some of these payouts for some of this, and these are very, very high. That being said, if people are watching the stream that I know I'm talking about, very scummy business practice. I will say that. Not afraid to speak my mind as a broadcaster. We do not like him. Actually, we don't hate him. But Newbigging is reeling in Sneed here. So Sneed's got to be careful with what he's doing. He's not far off. Actually, what? He's not far off the pace. He's barely faster than Sneed, but he's got 4 laps to do it. I don't think he'll be able to get it, though. But he does probably want to get another position, want to get top 3. His chances of getting $50 tonight are down the drain, though, for him, sadly. Probably wanted that money. I believe he's already gotten it. I think it once. He's got it once or twice this year. No, he's got it once. These guys are running the 40. He's trying to get past the 75 of James Nelson. The 40. I thought his tires actually got damaged. That's why he's not as fast as what I thought he would be. See it on the right side of his truck. His fenders beat in there just a little bit, not allowing him to get the needed arrow down the straightaways. That's what it really comes down to, it seems, at this track. A lot of drivers haven't lapped. 8 drivers are at least 1 lap down, or actually, sorry, 7 drivers are 1 lap down or more in this race currently. $75 is going to have to hold on for dear life. This 40 is going to want this position. He wants to get one more. But we'll go back up. Actually, Gabriel's right behind these guys, so he might kind of be like the god here. He could be like, who am I going to push? Who am I going to give this position to? He's going to have to choose here. When you're there, you're kind of like, so who would I push? But he's coming out of 3 and 4. It will be white flag in the air here at Chicagoland Speedway. 27's pretty much been leading this whole entire race. He's got 1 more lap around. He can run half throttle, just kind of have a daily cruise right now at this point. Garone, he'll be gaining, but 4 seconds back, he won't have a chance with him at all. 4, he's trying to get past that 75. Looking at the lap times, I don't think he'll be able to do it there. But Ellison goes into 3. He's just got to get out of 4 clean. Don't pull a Kyle Larson like he did last season. I was so mad when that happened. Back to 3 and 4. It will be Gabriel Ellison. He will win the second race here in the Sim Racer Hub Challenge at Chicagoland Speedway. Michael Garone, he will come home second. Clinton Sneed, he will come home third. Newbigging 4th. Brian Noel will come home 5th. Denise was able to get past that 75, so I was completely wrong about that. Denise will miss out on a top 5 just by 1 position. That's that 70 video games up there. or 75 video games that he decides not to. So we'll come home 6 tonight. That was domination from Gabriel Ellison. And just pure domination, it seems, for him. Watch him do the burnout here. Yep, let's see. He says a quick burnout. So I will pull up the race results here for you all. Got some drivers still on track, probably just coasting around. Yeah, we do. So I will pull in the third place driver in Clinton Sneed. As I will pull in the 49, but Clinton Sneed, the third place driver tonight. Hey Clinton, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Man, so you come home third. Describe how that race went for you from the drop of the green flag to the checkered.
Well, I mean, most of it was just tire management, keeping the right front on the thing, and trying to manage the stints there. Obviously, it was a little long to split it, so you had to kind of split it up into three runs. And I just my biggest issue was getting on and off pit road, and Garone would just kill me every time. So overall, not a bad night. Come home P3. Another 2 top 5s here in the Sim Racer Hub Challenge for the night, so we'll take it.
Yeah, man, definitely. If you can't win, just kind of be consistent, and that consistency will kind of just follow in to wins every now and then. But before I let you go, is anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, first off, thanks to you guys at Ghost Racing Network for putting on a great broadcast. Thanks to simracerhub.com for supporting the Sim Racer Hub Challenge. If you haven't seen it or used it, go check it out. It's a great place to keep all your points and stats for all of your league racing. Thanks to all the racers that are supporting us this season, and congrats again to Gabe and Doug on the wins tonight.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good third place finish tonight. Hopefully that consistency will follow into a win for you, but good job.
Yep, thanks.
That was Clinton Sneed. That broadcast booth is locked. Need to unlock that. We will bring in the second place driver and Michael Garone. Hey, Michael, this is Bryson Booth. You got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, you come home second, so describe that whole race for me from the drop of the green flag to the checkered for you.
Yeah, it was going great. Was able to make some passes on the outside early, and I let Doug back around me, and then kind of got, I don't know, it was tough. He kind of got really tight on the bottom, and I was committed to the top, and we kind of met and got into the wall a little bit. So that hurt just enough to where I couldn't really do anything to go forward from there, but still happy to come home second.
Yeah, man. I mean, stuff happens, but you were able to salvage a second place finish. Now, do you think that if you didn't get that damage, that you would have possibly had something for Gabriel Ellison?
Yeah, it's just hard to say. I think we started racing real hard and then lost Gabe from there, so that hurt a lot. And then once you lose the draft and once you let that lead car kind of just cruise, it was going to be almost impossible for Gabe to throw that away unless we got a caution.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, as always, thank Clinton and Gabe for putting this show on. They do a great job. Congrats to both of them as well. Gabe another win, Clinton third, and thank you to you for putting on the stream for us and letting us put on a show.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good second place finish. Hopefully next week I will see you in the winner's circle, man.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Michael Garone. He is the driver of the 29 truck, coming home second tonight. We will bring in the race winner and Gabriel Ellison.
Bro.
Hey, Gabriel, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
I got you.
Man, so tell me how the race went from the drop the green flag to the checkered. I mean, for me, one word that I can say is just dominating for you. But how did that race go from your point of view?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, I just, Another one, these speedways, man. The key is tires and no damage. I mean, just any little bit of aero damage at all, and especially this truck, and it just, it's just like throwing a parachute out the side of the window. So I mean, keeping it out of the wall, that was my main concern, and obviously keeping the clean air from the off the rip helps quite a bit, and just making no mistakes on pit road and having a mistake-free race.
Yeah, man, that's one thing about these trucks. You get just a little bit of damage, and it's like, well, my race is basically done. You were able to not get the wall. Some drivers were getting tight and just really staying on that wall, but you were definitely rolling it in tires to come into a big factor here, especially in these trucks with the low horsepower, low horsepower, high downforce. That's one big factor. But how does you come? What did you come last race? I've already forgot. Didn't you come top 3 last race?
Got third, yeah.
Yeah, so you were able to rebound. That was not, rebound as in go up 2 positions. But how does that make you feel knowing that you had a pretty good night as you had podium finishes in both races?
Yeah, man. Yeah, can't complain too much. I mean, coming in the Bristol Dirt, I had zero expectation, and was able to steal a podium. So I mean, that was through attrition, but you take what you can get. At Chicago, this is a lot more my wheelhouse here. So very comfortable here. So pretty happy with that, and looking forward to next week.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, does anybody want to thank any sponsors you want to shout that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yes, sir. As always, you shout Roasted Gems Coffee, best coffee on the planet. Check it out. Use code LuckyDucks for a discount on their website. RS Button Boxes, Shady Designs, and huge thanks to Ghost Racing Network and the Sim Racer Hub.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good win tonight. Good podium finishes in both races, man. Good luck next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
As that was Gabriel Ellison. We'll go over the finishing order here. Gabriel Ellison first, Michael Garone Jr. second, Clinton Sneed third, Douglas Newbigging, and he was not able to repeat. He comes home fourth tonight. Brian Knoll fifth, Doug Denice sixth, James Nelson seventh, Stu Leslie eighth, Greg Hurls ninth, Zachary Hockenmeyer 10th, 11th, John Peely 12th, Jimmy Amos 13th, Joseph Okapin 14th, Matthew Ayla, and then last is Race Control. I drink too much water here apparently. Got the hiccups now. Feel my throat dying for tomorrow, so that'll be fun, but not a bad race overall. Not really bad 2 races. Bristol had more cautions for sure, but that's kind of what you expect from Bristol. But before I roll these ads, I will be streaming tomorrow in the Ghost League Demolition Derby. That'll be fun. You get to see drivers take each other out, and nothing will happen. That's definitely something interesting if you feel like watching that. I think they'll be doing ARCA cars. I'm not sure what track. It's going to be a short track, but hopefully I'll see you there tomorrow. I am tired and have schoolwork to do. So I will roll these ads, and I will let you all go.